country they come from, all their lives matter. Make some noise. If you know that to be the case. What we need to do is work together to figure out how we get to a world where that can actually be the case. Because under this system, white supremacy is woven into the fabric of this system. Sexism and racism is woven into the fabric of this system. You can't separate it from capitalism and imperialism. Make some noise if you know that you can't separate racism from capitalism and imperialism, and that it's as American as apple fucking pie. This movement is at a crossroads. Shout outs to everybody that's been out on the street. Everybody who isn't a victim of police brutality, but sees this fight as their own. That's what's made this fight fucking different. Is the fact that so many people across the planet, 18 countries, around the world, over 110 cities, places where there virtually are no people of color, are coming out to say Black Lives Matter, and this is my fight too. This is a good thing. We have to work together to figure out what's in the way. And brothers and sisters, we gotta be frank. Right now, we are facing down a fascist white supremacist, Orange Hitler, with his finger on the fucking nuclear button. That's what we're actually looking at. Anybody who wants to deny that to be the case is not looking at reality.
That's right.
Anybody who wants to deny that being the case has not looked at the 1940s and how fascism came to power in Germany. Hitler was democratically elected, and so was this motherfucker.
Teach us.
You can vote fascism in, but you cannot vote it out. It has to be driven out. It has to be driven out. Say it with me. Drive them out. Drive them out. It's up to us.
It's up to us.
To drive them out.
Drive
Drive them
them out.
out. Say it with me now. Drive them out.
Drive them out.
It's up to us.
It's up.
A lot of people are wondering, where should this movement go next? All kinds of reporters and media ask, well, now that the protests are dying down, where should this go? All kinds of forces are telling you to get out of the streets.
That's right.
When you know that over these past weeks of rebellion, that over the past 20 days of people in the streets has achieved more change than 20 fucking years. This has been the dynamic factor, the sleeping giant that they've been afraid of. Sable, who was here before, is exactly right. They are scared, y'all.
Yes, they are.
They are scared.
Yes, they are.
This movement put the president in a fucking bunker right outside the White House. Why can't this be the movement to drive him out of the White House? And not in November. He's already greased the wheels to cheat for the election. We gotta call it for what it is. Look at the impeachment trial. How the verdict from that became that Trump can do no harm as the president to the country. That as standing as a representative for the United States, he can do no harm to the United States. This has subverted the rule of law in this country. We went from getting upset about Muslim bans to watching a total immigrant ban pass completely. This is how fascism works. There are children in cages, in concentration camps at the border. 110,000 and counting deaths from COVID. Predominantly black and Latino. Let's keep it fucking real. Anyone who does not recognize this for fascism as what it is, you are in hot water. This is what we're facing. And we actually have to recognize it for what it is and drive it out.
Drive it out. Drive it out.
This movement, Black Lives Matter, people are asking and say, when we bring the truth of this to people, They'll say this isn't a Black Lives Matter issue. I would say to that, if you are fighting and campaigning, if you think that Black Lives Matter, how do you think any of these reforms, 8 can't wait, a bundle of reforms that should have fucking been passed anyway, abolish the police? How can you talk of abolishing the police or slave patrols without talking about undoing the system of slavery? This is actually what must be done. It'll actually take a revolution to overthrow this system, to actually resolve this crisis, to actually ensure a world where Black and brown people, where their lives matter at a fucking minimum. That's a minimum standard. Matters. That their lives can be treated lives worthy of human beings, and not just here, but all around the planet. Folks need to be thinking about what kind of society they want to live in. That's what they were doing during the 60s. They weren't talking about what candidate they wanted to fucking elect. They were talking about what kind of world they wanted to live in. This is our fight. It's about what kind of world we want to live in. There are two sides. You're either for white supremacy and fascism, or you are actively fighting against it. That's it. They're trying to separate this movement into black and white, good and bad protester. If there's an attack on any of us, like Trump made today, in Tulsa, a spit in the face to every black person in the world, to call this KKK rally at the site of the burning and looting of Black Wall Street, 300 dead, men, women, and children, indiscriminately killed. Whole places burned, 10,000 left homeless.
See the picture.
To go to that site is to do nothing more than to have a train whistle for white supremacist forces and to call out an all-out civil war. That's what this is accelerating, and this situation is accelerating. We have to recognize this for what it is, exactly what it is. And regardless of your political affiliation, whether you're a revolutionary communist like me, who knows that this system is the problem and needs to fucking be overthrown, or if you voted for Bernie and think there's some way that we can make reforms within it, whatever. We're going to be struggling it out in the streets as we're fighting this shit together. As we are fighting the power of building a new society together, we're going to argue about which way to go, and you're going to hear my mouth a lot. You're going to hear my mouth a whole lot, because this is the truth that people need to fucking hear. You need a revolution and nothing less to actually end this shit.
How do they get organizing
All right?
for a revolution? Yeah.
But for people who are, whether or not that's where you're at, we all need to come together now to fight this fascist threat that's in the White House. Because no one's vision for how this world needs to be, whether a world where black lives actually matter, will be possible with a white supremacist fascist in the highest office in this country. That will not be possible. We have to come together to drive them out. So for folks who want to get organized with the movement for revolution that I'm talking about this world that I was talking about, a world free of contradictions between the first and the third world, where people aren't shamed for their language or where they were born, where people aren't shamed, where there's no difference between people's sexual orientation, about a world where black and white people can walk down the street without fear of being gunned down by those sworn to protect them. A world where a woman can walk down the street, look every man in the eye, and not fear fucking rape or catcalling. All right? A world where we pursue the truth after anything else. Where enough of all this anti-science bullshit. Where we go and we pursue the hard truths no matter where they lead us. Where we confront things with science to actually get out of this mess. If you're wondering about that kind of world, you need to dig in to the Revolutionary Communist Party, to the RevComs. You need to come kick it with me, Jam No Peanut, and at the NYC Rev Club. All right? And you can come and investigate that more. You can go to repcom.us to check out more of that, and check out Bob Avakian, a freedom fighter from the 60s who's actually brought forward this whole understanding. This is what I'm actually based on, all right? And for folks that want to, and for everybody that needs to face the urgent demand of driving Trump and Pence out, we all got to connect with Refuse Fascism. This has to be part of every movement. Every demonstration that's in the street has to call for Trump and Pence to be out. And I'll close with this, with the potential that we actually have. This movement has actually inspired people around the world in unprecedented demonstrations. The world has never seen anything like this. People from all over the world are taking this up. Thousands in London yesterday. Tokyo, Korea. This movement actually has the possibility to completely transform the world.
That's right.
To finally get to a world where actually Black Lives Matter. Why should we dim our sights to anything lower than that? Now is the time to deepen and spread this struggle. And we actually have the potential to transform it on that basis. You just think about how big things have gotten already. Well, y'all, this is just getting started.
That's right.
This is just getting started. We are just exercising this muscle. Now let's hone it and use it to drive this fascist fucker out of the White House.
That's right.